Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Taylor, the host of GIC Talk today. Before we get started, please turn off your cell phone or switch them to silent mode. Thank you. So when I mention the coca leaf, what comes up in your mind? Drugs, something illegal, smuggling? Actually, coca leaf has been part of human history for thousands of years and used in various ways. I bet all of you, including me, have tried coca leaf once at least. Today, Emma Hillian is here to talk about coca leaf in her talk entitled Coca is Life. She'll let you know the hidden story of coca leaf as never before told here at GIC Talk. Without any hesitation, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Emma with a big round of applause.
Thank you for coming, everyone. My name's Emma. Has anyone heard of the coca leaf before? You have? Okay. Has anyone been to South America? So this is the plant. So it's a very simple looking leaf. It is just small, green, very innocent. My talk is called Coca is Life, and in Spanish they say Coca es la vida. Okay, so when I was 21, about 7 years ago, I went to Bolivia, and the city I visited is called Cochabamba, and it's right here in the middle of Bolivia. And it's a very poor city, so it was very shocking and surprising for me to travel to Cochabamba. And I only spent 3 weeks in Bolivia, but it affected me for my whole life. So, these red parts in the picture, this is called Yungas, and the other one is called Chapare. And these are the areas where many farmers grow coca. And in Bolivia, coca is a very important piece of the culture. And one example is like tea for English people, or kimchi for Korean people. Okay. Okay, so, oh good. So this is some of the traditional dress of people who live in Bolivia. This is a picture of the city of Cochabamba. As you can see, the Andes are 17,000 to 21,000 feet high. It's a very high city. La Paz in Bolivia is the world's highest capital city. So when you go this high in altitude, you feel sick. When you go upstairs, you might feel like you have to breathe a lot. So how do people survive in such high altitude? The coca leaf. They drink coca tea. It is very helpful for this. And to compare Mount Mudumsan, which I love Mount Mudumsan so much, is 3,894 feet. Okay, so I went to Cochabamba with an organization called Development and Peace, and it's a Catholic organization, and they sent money to groups in Bolivia and all around the world. And the reason that they chose Cochabamba to plan a trip to visit was because Cochabamba had a water war in 2007. So what is a water war? Does anybody know?
Some water was protected somewhere and not being given to the locals without them paying for it.
Was it IMF or World Bank that was involved with that? I forget, get them mixed up.
Yeah, well, anyway, the water was privatized, Yeah, it had to do with the World Bank and
I don't know which one it was. I was gonna say mixed up. Do you know which one?
the company is called Bechtel
Yeah.
that privatized the water of Bolivia. So basically the government sold the rights to the water to this company, and because they wanted the company to improve the water service in the city. But unfortunately, the water company started to charge people money to collect rainwater from the sky and to take money out of the wells that they had built themselves and things like this. So the people obviously were very angry, and you can see everybody was marching in the streets, and they had a war, and they kicked out the company, and it was a very historic event. So, yeah, I went down with the group for 3 weeks, and we met many people, we took pictures, we gave donations, and we even met the president, which was very exciting. His name is Evo Morales. And does anyone know what job he had before he became the president of Bolivia?
He's the cocoa farmer.
Yes. It's amazing. This is Evo Morales. Okay. During my time in Bolivia, we went to the Chapare, which is a coca growing region. We went there for 3 days, and we had to take a long bus ride into the Amazon. The Chapare is part of the Amazon rainforest. It was very beautiful. It was amazing. Unfortunately, I got very sick on the bus ride because we were also going higher in altitude as we were driving into the rainforest, and I actually had to stay in my bed. Yeah, it was not fun, unfortunately. I could not enjoy being there. But my friend, I think this is the next slide. My friend brought me coca tea, and it helped me. So the Chapare produces 65% of Bolivian coca. We met with coca farmers and local government officers. We spoke on the local radio station as well. And I took these pictures. This is the coca plant, and these are dried coca leaves that are ready to go to the market to be sold. This is coca tea. So, as I told you the story of how the coca tea helped me to stay healthy during my trip to Bolivia. And I'm going to tell you about the health properties of the coca leaf, which are very, very many. Coca is very healthy. It is almost like green tea. It is very good for you. So at the end of my trip, I wanted to bring some coca tea home as a souvenir. So I brought 2 boxes of coca tea, and I bought them in Mexico. And in Mexico they said, it's fine, you can take it to Canada. It's okay. So I brought it to the airport. But what did they do? They took it away. It was illegal, and I was angry. This is a ceremony that we did in, this man is a mayor of one of the cities. He is a person from my trip, and this is a fire. And what we were doing was putting coca leaves and things into the fire to pay homage to an Inca god who's named Pachamama, or Mother Earth. Coca, 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 and more coca. Okay, so in Bolivia, the history of Bolivia was the Inca civilization. At their height, the Incas had 10 million people. They were conquered by the Spanish in 1572, and in Inca culture, they would offer a handful of coca leaves to ask for the hand in marriage to the person they love. So as you can see, it is at the very center of the culture. And they also built Machu Picchu. Okay, this is some of the traditional dress. Wearing a bag of coca symbolizes manhood in the Incan civilization. Boys from the age of 16 to 20 were coca pickers. And the Incas would send runners from city to city to send a message. And these runners were trying to go very fast, so they didn't have time to stop and eat. So they had a cheek full of coca leaves. And coca, one of the things that it does for the human body is it allows you to continue without food and still get enough nutrition to keep going. They put coca in the mouths of somebody who died to send them into the afterlife to prepare them for the next life. And so coca has been found in mummies that are very, very, very old, 3,000 years old. And also, when the Spanish took over the Inca civilization, they made many Inca young boys work in the mines. And the Spanish wanted to originally take away coca from the Incas. They wanted them to stop chewing coca. But they realized the Incas work so much longer with coca. They can work in the mines for many, many more hours if they're chewing coca. So they could not take it away. This is Pizarro. He is a Spanish conquistador from Spain. And he said that coca allows you to endure without distress trials that are otherwise unendurable. This means it allows you to keep going even through the impossible. So he realized how important this food or this leaf was to the Inca. Okay. Coca helps hunger, fatigue, thirst, altitude sickness, headaches, wounds, sores, broken bones. And broken bones is because it has a lot of calcium. It has been used in childbirth, malaria, ulcers, asthma, digestion, bowels, and an aphrodisiac. And cocaine alkaloid content in the leaves is 0.25 to 0.77% out of 100%. So, many people around the world think cocaine and coca are the same. But as you see here, cocaine content in the leaf is less than 1%, okay? At Harvard, they studied coca, and they found the leaves are very rich in calcium, iron, vitamin A, B2, and E. Okay. I think I'm going too fast. This is internationally how the world, the official heads of the world view the coca leaf in writing. The United Nations says that coca leaves were declared illegal under the 1961 convention. So in 1950, a report was written by experts who had a brief visit to Peru. They were not from Peru, and they were not from Bolivia. Coca, though used by millions without any negative effect, was declared a powerfully addictive drug with no therapeutic or industrial uses, and placed on Schedule 1 of the 1961 UN Single Convention, all without a single field study ever being carried out. And that's from this report. It's called the Transnational Institute. So it shows that we have a law that has had very many effects on very many people. And the origin of the law is a little bit of a problem. What does he have in his cheek, do you think? Coca. So if you go to Bolivia, you see people like that a lot. Okay. And by the way, when I was in Bolivia, I had coca like that. I drank coca tea, and I filled my cheeks with coca. And it has less of an effect on your body than caffeine. And as you can see, I'm very small. When I drink coffee, I get very excited. I can notice the effect. But I drank coca, and it's like, it's not very strong. Okay. So the use and possession of coca leaves should be limited to medicinal and scientific purposes. Peru and Bolivia should abolish or prohibit coca leaf chewing and the manufacture of coca tea. Abolish. And this is from the International Narcotics Control Board, a big international organization. In 2008, very recently, they said they should abolish the coca leaf when it has been used for 3,000 years and found in mummies and everything. Okay, so these laws at the UN have an effect. This is Colombia, and this is a plane spraying. Everything turned pink. The air was pink. My son drank some water, and he died. And that is from a documentary about coca growing in Colombia. And as you all know, Colombia has had a drug war. So things are very much more extreme in Colombia than in Bolivia and Peru. But this is one example. And yeah, Viva la Coca was a documentary about that.
Did they replace the plants with anything else after they killed them all?
No.
Like some flowers? At least no. Something else.
A lot of the government, like, a lot of these agencies, they say, like, we would really encourage these coca farmers to grow other crops. But the problem is they can't. First of all, coca can be harvested 4 times a year, and other crops can only be harvested once a year, and they don't bring enough money, as much money. to the farmers still. Okay, so these are people farming coca, and you can see how mountainous it is like Korea. There are not other opportunities. We are forced by the circumstances to do this job. And the current demand for coca is still predominantly for the elaboration of cocaine. So this is somebody who grows coca, and he said, I don't have another option of a way to make a living. He doesn't want to be contributing to a drug trade, but he is forced to make a living for his family. And again, in this report, it's saying that all of the coca being grown nowadays is going in to cocaine production, or a large, large part of it. So what I'm trying to argue today is that there should be many, many, many other markets for coca other than cocaine. Because coca is it has many other possibilities. Okay, in 2012, it was really exciting. Evo Morales, the president of Bolivia, chewed a coca leaf at the UN, and he said, coca started being used 3,000 years before Christ. So how can you abolish it in 25 years? And in 2013, coca leaves were recognized as legal in Bolivia by the United Nations. And 15 countries said no. And this was the United States, Mexico, Japan, Russia, Canada, the United Kingdom, Germany, France, Italy, the Netherlands, Sweden, Finland, Portugal, Israel, and Ireland. And these are some products that can be made from coca: tea, flour, liquor, toothpaste. And this is Coca Cola with 2 L's. That was made in Bolivia. And this is from 100 years ago. They're toothache drops made out of coca. Okay, in the 1800s and the 1900s, an Italian guy named Angelo Mariani made a wine made out of coca, and he said it gives you health, strength, energy, and vitality. And Pope Leo XVIII drank it, and the author, Zola, Edison, and Queen Victoria. And these are some advertisements for coca wine from the 1800s. It was really popular in Europe, so I'm going to pass this around so you guys can look at it. Okay, in 1855, a German doctor isolated cocaine, 15 million liters of toxic fluids, acid, kerosene, acetone, and bleach are put into river systems each year in production of cocaine, and the US is the largest consumer of cocaine. So, yes, coca is used for cocaine. Also used for cocaine is acid, kerosene, acetone, bleach. Coca generates $2 billion a year, as much as Bolivia's legal exports combined. He is drying the leaves. And here, this is the UN Secretary. This is kind of to end on a happy note, in terms of the relationship between the UN and Bolivia and the UN and the coca leaf. This is the Secretary General, a Korean, Ban Ki-moon, celebrated his 70th birthday with coca cake in Bolivia in 2014. And this is just a picture of Bolivians celebrating the leaf.